Okay, guys, let's talk about skoolieswarm. A few things happen at skoolieswarm, but let's just talk about the event. This is my second time going back. I love seeing the people that I saw last year. I feel like, because first when you become a part of this community, you don't know anybody, right? The first time you go to an event or something like that, you're just like, I'm Kadira, right? And now I'm like, oh, this is my favorite spot. I know my three people. It doesn't even matter, right? You feel set. So, let me describe. Skoolieswarm is a closed event. There's no tourists at Skoolieswarm, like Fan Fest and the Tiny Home Festival. So, like, when you do open doors, you're just letting other family members into your house, and so it's like, this is what I did with my house. Oh, this is what you did with your house. Oh, how did you do that? That kind of thing, which is awesome. So last year I went to the last weekend, and this year I went to the first weekend. I know already I'm gonna need a week, because every time something, you learn so much, and there's things you can rest, and there are things to do, right? So, yeah, I definitely want to spend a week there next week. But let me tell you about the drama of Skoolieswarm. I'm a working nurse. I live in a bus. Everybody knows that, right? Usually I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. So I understand. I tell my client, I tell my agency, if I'm going to take time off, I'll tell you in writing, I'll tell you verbally, and I'll send you a text. Okay, that, hey, this day I'm not going to be there, right? Especially since, these events are paid events. So you know the date you're going to be there. The client's mom called me in, no call, no show. Oh, that's from outside. Called me in, no call, no show. As a nurse, I lost my cotton picking mind. That situation happened, right? And it took them a minute for the agency to realize that it's not a no call, no show. Because, once, someone calls you, no call, they like, what? What in the world? They were blowing my phone. I'm in the woods. I don't have coverage. So when I finally, walked into some coverage, my phone blew up. Took care of that situation. I think I made a rant on TikTok about it, so I don't want to go over it again. Okay, that happened. So the company was blowing up my phone the whole weekend long, like, Kadira, are you coming back? When have I ever not come back? When have I ever not shown up to work? Oh, I already ranted on this issue. Let's just talk about Skoolieswarm. So, hang out. I met some friends, right? Created some new friends. Got a new schoolie sister that we fell in love with each other and wanted to be with each other all the time, right? Tickled her husband to death, right? And just had a ball. Had all these good conversations about different types of vehicles. Like, I was in a vehicle called MCI, which is like almost like a Prevost, one of those fancy buses that usually the sports people will go into when they travel cross country, right? And the benefits of having a vehicle like that, which was like 3 times my size. I'm a 21 foot. I think that bus was 45. It was a monster. I call it the Mammoth. I think the guys love that name, and he thinks he's gonna name his bus the Mammoth because it was, right? That kind of great conversation. There was a problem with someone's bus, and they helped them basically rebuild their engine, right? Where a person you really become a family, people help each other out, and you learn stuff, and it's really a good, nice, peaceful place. So I definitely, next time I go there next year, I'm going to be there for a week, because the weekend is too short. Because by the time you get in the rhythm and you get relaxed, for me, it's time to head back to work. And yeah, I'm gonna plan for that. Especially after I'm not gonna go back to the rant. So let's just talk about the solar. leaving. First I was just gonna call in. I really was thinking about calling in, right? But someone came in, right? Was checking out the road. Someone came in. I said, okay, someone came in. Maybe I can leave, right? And here you are on this muddy road. You're going left and right because there's these big pools of water. You try not to just be stuck in the mud, right? And you really won't be going nowhere. I was walking the dog, which is like not even 5 miles an hour. I was really crawling out. I still hit a low-hanging branch. It took out my solar. No damage to the roof. The, skoolieswarm, the friends came out, helped me chop up, you'll see pictures, chop up the tree branch, and they disconnected the solar and took it down, and there's a dumpster nearby, and they actually drove it away and discarded it for me, right? And I was able to continue to drive. And I wish I didn't do it because, of course, now I have no solar, period. All right? I still, of course, have my lithium batteries. I could hook up the shore power, get them charge up that way. But at the time, it's still rainy, it's still stormy. 4 miles away from the skoolieswarm event, I see this car crash, 4-car crash. A vehicle went into the woods, was stuck into the trees. It totaled. And I was like, that could have been my vehicle. And the only reason I left because of the rant that I'm not going to say any more about that family member. But I tell you what, I got so pissed off. And the whole week, I lost the solar. So the whole damn week I'm trying to deal with how I'm going to replace the solar. Should I do this myself? Try to figure this out. Should I go back to the guy who did the solar and just pay him for his labor and time and repurchase my solar? That kind of thing. I actually did that. Showed them the work, put the order in. I paid for half. I got halfway to go to the cost, and then I'm done. So hopefully the plan is finish painting it by the end of March, and so it could be installed again in April. Right? $1,200. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Basically, I could have stayed, compared to my job, I could have stayed on that site and called in to work, and it would have been cheaper. I could have called in and lost $300 instead of losing $1,200, right? So, $1,200. I had to have a conversation all weekend with my job about something they already knew, and then I had to go back to work and have a conversation with that parent about something she already knew. And okay, between the two of us, I was livid. So here she is reading the text to me. Kadira, you told me that you're going to be off this day. I'm sitting there watching her read the text to me, right? And then she got nervous and said, but you should have told me in person and reminded me again. I'm like, how many times we had this conversation? Woo. Okay. This is going to be a long video. I apologize. Enjoy the introspective content, the pictures. I am okay. The bus is going to be okay. And this is going to be, it's going to be a good, decent repair. I'm going back to the original guy, so I'm going to have my same solar that I had before. But I went down from 5 days a week at this client's house to 4. I'm going to remind myself Friday or Saturday morning, I'm going to have to start putting a habit of what day I'm going to make videos so I can start talking to you guys and just do stuff for myself. She's upset, but she understands why. I'm like, you're never, ever going to see me on a Friday, because if it doesn't matter that I tell you I'm not going to be there, I can't believe I'm ranting again. So she understands, and I feel like I'm on vacation, just taking off one day. Just taking off one day. I know I could pick it up somewhere else, but I'm not going to. And that's what happened. But anyway, love skoolieswarm. Enjoy the videos. You know, guys, I love you guys. I apologize for not uploading videos, because I do create the content, just that I'm probably going to have to sooner or later pay someone to send it to someone and let them edit it, because I just don't have time. Usually on my off time, other stuff keeps happening. My apologies, okay? But I'm here. Anyway, I talk to you guys later. Besos y abrazos.